Welcome back to the channel Coin Collectors and History Lovers. Today we are exploring 3 Queen Elizabeth II 6 pence coins from the United Kingdom featuring the inscription Dei Gratia Britt OMN Regina that collectors often search for because they can be worth big money. The coins we will discuss include the 1966 pence, the 1961 6 pence, and the 1963 6 pence. These coins come from the early years of Queen Elizabeth II coinage, and they feature the classic young portrait of the Queen, along with a detailed reverse design that collectors admire. While millions of these coins were produced, only a smaller number remain today in very high-grade condition with bright surfaces, strong design details, and attractive mint luster. In this video, we will explore their history, their design, and the reasons why collectors pay attention to these coins, because well-preserved examples can become valuable collectible treasures. Stay with us, because one of these 6 pence coins might already be hiding in your collection, and it could be worth far more than its original value. Let's get started. First up, the 1960 Queen Elizabeth II 6 pence coin, a small silver-colored coin that carries history, tradition, and hidden value for collectors around the world. This coin features the young portrait of the Queen with the inscription Dei Gratia Britt OMN Regina, which represents her royal authority and the legacy of the United Kingdom during a time of post-war recovery and cultural transformation. And in this detailed exploration, we will uncover everything about this coin, from its design to its metal composition to its rarity, and especially its value in uncirculated condition in the United States market, where collectors constantly search for well-preserved examples that can bring surprising returns over time. As we move deeper into this topic, it is important to understand that the 1966 pence coin does not carry a mint mark, because coins of that era in the United Kingdom were primarily produced at the Royal Mint without distinguishing marks, which makes identifying specific varieties more focused on condition and strike quality rather than mint location, and this absence of mint mark does not reduce its importance. Instead, it adds to the traditional uniformity of British coinage, and collectors often focus on surface preservation, luster, and sharpness of details, especially in the portrait of the Queen and the intricate floral design on the reverse side. The metal composition of the 1966 pence is another key factor in its story, as it was made from cupronickel following the transition away from silver coins in earlier years. This shift marked an important economic change, and although the coin does not contain precious silver, its value today is driven by collector demand, historical significance, and condition rather than intrinsic metal content. And in uncirculated condition, the coin retains its original mint luster with no signs of wear, making it highly desirable among numismatists who appreciate coins that look exactly as they did when they left the mint more than half a century ago. When discussing the United States market value of this coin, it is essential to recognize that prices can vary depending on grading standards, demand, and market trends. However, a 1966 pence in uncirculated condition can typically be valued from a few dollars up to higher premium ranges if it exhibits exceptional eye appeal, strong strike, and flawless surfaces. And certified coins graded by professional grading services often command higher prices, especially when they achieve top grades, such as Mint State 65 or above, which indicates superior preservation and minimal imperfections. Collectors in the United States often seek international coins like the British 6 pence because they offer a unique connection to global history and provide diversity in coin collections, and the 1960 issue is particularly interesting because it represents a stable period in British monarchy under Queen Elizabeth II, whose reign became one of the longest in history, and this connection adds emotional and historical value beyond monetary worth, making the coin a meaningful piece for collectors who appreciate royal heritage and historical continuity. Another important aspect to consider is the design of the coin, which features a detailed floral emblem on the reverse side, symbolizing the unity of the nations within the United Kingdom, and this artistic representation adds aesthetic appeal and makes the coin visually attractive, especially when preserved in uncirculated condition, where every line and detail remains crisp and well-defined, and collectors often admire the balance between simplicity and elegance in this design, which reflects the traditional style of British coinage during the mid-20th century. The condition known as uncirculated plays a crucial role in determining value and desirability because such coins have never been used in everyday transactions, meaning they show no wear from circulation and retain their original shine and texture, and achieving this level of preservation requires careful storage and handling over decades, often involving coin holders' protective cases and controlled environments to prevent damage from moisture, air, and physical contact, and this level of care significantly increases the appeal and price of the coin in the collector market. In addition to condition factors, rarity can also influence value. Even though the 1966 pence was produced in large quantities, finding one in perfect uncirculated condition becomes increasingly difficult as time passes, and many coins from that era have been circulated damaged or lost, which means that surviving high-quality examples are more limited and therefore more valuable to serious collectors who are willing to pay a premium for coins that meet strict quality standards. For those interested in collecting or investing in coins like the 1966 pence, it is important to learn about grading, authentication, and market trends, because knowledge plays a vital role in making informed decisions and avoiding overpaying for coins that may not meet expectations. And resources such as coin catalogs, online marketplaces, and professional grading services can provide valuable insights into current values and help collectors understand what to look for when evaluating coins for purchase or sale. As this video script comes to its conclusion, it is clear that the 1960 Queen Elizabeth II sixpence coin holds a special place in the world of numismatics, combining history, design, and collector interest into a single small piece of metal that has traveled through time and continues to capture attention today. And whether you are a beginner collector or an experienced enthusiast, this coin offers an opportunity to explore the rich heritage of British coinage and discover the hidden value that can exist in even the smallest denominations when preserved with care and appreciated with knowledge. Next up, the 1961 Queen Elizabeth II sixpence coin stands as a fascinating piece of British numismatic history, representing a time when coinage still carried traditional designs and symbolic meaning that reflected the identity of a nation and its monarchy. And in this detailed presentation, we explore the full story behind this coin, its design, its composition, its collector appeal, and most importantly, its potential value in the United States market, especially when preserved in uncirculated condition where its surfaces remain untouched by circulation and retain their original mint brilliance. This coin features the inscription Dei Gratia Britt OMN Regina, which translates to "by the grace of God, Queen of all the Britons," a phrase deeply rooted in royal tradition and authority. And on the obverse side, the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II captures the early years of her reign, designed by Mary Gillick and admired for its elegance and simplicity, while the reverse side displays a beautifully detailed crowned royal cipher surrounded by decorative elements that give the coin a classic and dignified appearance. In terms of composition, the 1961 sixpence was minted using cupronickel, as the United Kingdom had already transitioned away from silver coinage after 1947, and this means that unlike earlier silver sixpences, the intrinsic metal value is relatively low. However, the collectible value can be significantly higher depending on condition, rarity, and demand, especially among collectors who seek complete date sets or coins from specific historical periods. When evaluating an uncirculated example of the 1961 sixpence, collectors look for sharp details, strong luster, and absence of wear or marks, and coins that have been carefully stored since minting often display a bright, almost mirror-like finish, which greatly enhances their desirability and market price, while coins with even slight handling marks or dull surfaces may be graded lower and thus command a reduced value. In the United States market, the value of a 1961 sixpence in uncirculated condition can typically range from a few dollars to around $10 depending on the grading and eye appeal, and while this may seem modest compared to rare coins, it is important to understand that the sixpence series is widely collected and appreciated for its historical significance rather than extreme rarity, and therefore demand remains steady among enthusiasts. Professional grading services play a key role in determining the final value of such coins, and those that receive higher grades such as MS65 or above can sometimes achieve premium prices, especially if they exhibit exceptional strike quality and luster, and collectors who invest in graded coins often do so for long-term appreciation as well as authentication and protection against counterfeits. The historical context of the 1961 sixpence also adds to its charm, as it was minted during a period of post-war recovery and modernization in the United Kingdom, and coins from this era reflect both continuity and change as traditional designs were maintained while economic and social transformations were taking place across the country, making each coin a small but meaningful artifact of history. Collectors often seek out uncirculated coins not only for their value but also for their aesthetic appeal, and the 1961 sixpence is no exception, as its intricate design and well-preserved surfaces make it a beautiful addition to any collection, and many collectors enjoy displaying such coins in albums or protective holders where they can be admired and preserved for future generations. For those interested in building a collection of Queen Elizabeth II coinage, the Sixpence series offers an accessible starting point with many dates available at reasonable prices, and the 1961 issue fits perfectly within this framework, allowing collectors to own a piece of royal history without significant financial investment while still enjoying the satisfaction of acquiring a well-preserved example. As we conclude this in-depth exploration, it becomes clear that the 1961 Queen Elizabeth II sixpence coin may not be among the most valuable coins in terms of monetary worth, but it holds undeniable historical and collectible value, and for collectors and enthusiasts alike it represents a connection to a bygone era of British coinage where craftsmanship, tradition, and royal symbolism came together to create coins that continue to captivate and inspire even decades after their minting. Next up, the 1963 Queen Elizabeth II sixpence coin is a remarkable example of mid-20th century British coinage, representing a blend of tradition, craftsmanship, and royal symbolism, and in this extended presentation we explore its full story, including its design, historical importance, composition, collector demand, and its market value in the United States, particularly when found in uncirculated condition, where the coin retains its original mint brilliance and sharp, untouched details. This coin bears the inscription Dei Gratia Britt OMN Regina, meaning by the grace of God, Queen of all the Britons, which reflects the long-standing royal tradition and authority associated with British monarchs, and on the obverse side the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by Mary Gillick, presents a youthful, elegant image of the Queen during the early years of her reign, while the reverse showcases a crowned royal cipher surrounded by ornamental elements that emphasize balance, symmetry, and regal identity. By 1963, the sixpence was minted in cupronickel rather than silver, as the transition from precious metal coinage had already taken place in the late 1940s, and this means the intrinsic metal value of the coin is minimal. However, its collectible value depends largely on its condition, rarity within grade, and appeal to collectors who appreciate coins from the pre-decimal era of the United Kingdom. An uncirculated 1963 sixpence is especially desirable because it shows no signs of wear from circulation and maintains a bright luster that reflects light across its surfaces with remarkable clarity, and collectors examine these coins carefully, looking for crisp design elements, strong strike quality, and absence of scratches or marks, which can significantly influence grading and final value. In the United States market, such a coin in uncirculated condition typically holds a value ranging from a few dollars up to around $10 or slightly more, depending on the grade and overall eye appeal, and while this may not seem like a high monetary value, it is important to recognize that these coins are collected more for their historical charm and completeness within collections rather than extreme rarity or bullion content. Coins that are professionally graded and certified by reputable services often achieve stronger prices, especially when they reach higher mint state levels such as MS65 or above, where the combination of luster, detail, and preservation sets them apart from average examples, and collectors seeking long-term investment potential often focus on acquiring the finest available specimens. The 1963 sixpence also represents a specific moment in British history, just a few years before the decimalisation of currency, which would eventually transform the entire monetary system, and coins like this serve as tangible reminders of that earlier system where denominations such as sixpence played a practical role in everyday transactions and cultural traditions. Beyond its monetary value, the coin holds aesthetic appeal with its balanced design and classic motifs, making it a favorite among collectors who appreciate the artistry of coinage, and many enthusiasts enjoy assembling date sets of sixpences where each year contributes to a complete historical timeline, and the 1963 issue fits seamlessly into such collections. For beginners in coin collecting, the 1963 sixpence offers an accessible entry point due to its affordability, availability, and recognizable design, while still providing the excitement of owning a genuine piece of British history, and for experienced collectors it serves as an essential component of a well-rounded pre-decimal collection, especially when found in high-grade condition. In conclusion, the 1963 Queen Elizabeth II sixpence coin stands as a symbol of tradition, history, and craftsmanship, and although its financial value in the United States market may be modest, its significance as a collectible item continues to endure, and for those who appreciate the beauty and legacy of classic coinage, this small yet meaningful piece remains a treasured addition to any collection. Thanks for watching.